Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Institutions and MLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida LO 76508, Georgia 69178, Idaho, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's a mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.
Well, hello and welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux and this is Mortgage Mom Radio. I am the Mortgage Mom, and every single week I am bringing you new topics and subjects, trying to help educate and get you guys the information that you need for home buying, whether that's purchasing, refinancing, getting into real estate. Does it make sense? Does it not make sense? What can you do to get there? What do we need to give you tips and advice as far as credit reports, credit scores, things to do to get that credit score higher, things to do to clean it up, your debts, your credit cards, everything you need to know. We talk about down payment. We have talked about your taxes, your W-2s, you name it. We're trying to bring it to you on a weekly basis. We are also loan officers. That is what we do by trade. And we do welcome you to give us a call. Let us help you. Let us get you into a loan. We are looking for the business to keep our doors open as we bring you guys this valuable information every week for free. What do you do if you want to give us a call? You want to talk to us? You want to find out what your options are? Well, call us. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. That's WELEND and the number 4. That is the same telephone number to give us a call Monday through Sunday. You can go to the website, go to mortgagemomradio.com, and you can book yourself your own appointment for that free consultation to talk with either me or someone on my team. We take calls on Saturdays and Sundays, and the girls are ready and waiting for you guys to book those appointments. Keep in mind, on Saturday and Sunday, everybody is at home working and on call to call you back or to call you at your scheduled time. So we do not have actually somebody in the office. We do have a call service that is answering and getting you booked for those return calls. So please make sure that you do book an appointment if you would like to speak with somebody. During the week, you guys can give us a call at that number, and as long as it is during normal business hours, we'll get you passed over to somebody right away so that you can talk with them immediately. No waiting, no booking an appointment. If you want to book an appointment because you've got a weird schedule, or there's a certain day that you have off, or there's a certain time that works for you, again, you can do that just by calling the office or going to our website. Go to mortgagemomradio.com. There is a book appointment button that you can select the best day and time that works for you. If you are somebody that needs a call early in the morning or in the afternoon, late afternoon, early evening, I am more than happy to work with you. So just send me an email. Send me an email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. You can click on the contact us through the website. Either way, get me a message. Let me know that you need help. Let me know what time and day works best for you. And I will find somebody on my team who is going to be willing to assist. So please do not feel like you cannot get help if there is not a time on the calendar for you to book. But again, we're available Saturday, Sunday. If you guys are listening by radio, not watching me do it live on YouTube on Wednesdays or Mondays, you can still get that call back even today. So please feel free to do that. Want to bring it to your attention right now as I say that I am live every Monday and Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here at YouTube. You guys can watch me on the channel. You can ask me questions right into the feed. I'm going to read those out loud and I'm going to answer them for you. So please keep in mind, this is an interactive show and we do want you guys to participate. The more questions that we get from you, our listeners, the better that the show is, because they are questions that other people are also thinking and may want to know the answers to. If you guys are watching right now, I can see that there are some of you that are on. Please give me a thumbs up, say hi, let me know that you're there and that you're watching. And again, make sure that you guys ask me questions as we move through the show. I do want to apologize. This Monday, we did not have a show. I was actually out sick. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I'm still recovering. I got the dreaded cough that has gone through, it feels like the entire nation at this point, and my house is still trying to recover. So I pulled it together, got the makeup and the hair done, on, and I'm doing this show for you guys today. It is one show this week, and we're going to try to take it through the whole hour so that we can get this show also to radio for you guys this weekend. So I've got a couple of different things that I'm going to try to talk about today. One I did mention was rent versus own. I think that that's something very important for us to discuss, whether it makes sense to buy right now or not to buy. There are a lot of people that ask me that question on a weekly basis, quite frankly. Should we buy right now? Prices are so high. Should we still be trying to get into a home? I feel like I've been priced out of the market. I'm getting the same questions from investors. Should I be trying to buy my first investment right now? Does it make sense? The prices are so high. I would have to charge so much for rents. So these are things that do come up all of the time, questions that are asked of me almost on a daily basis. And I feel like it's a very good topic for us to talk about. If you're out there and you're listening and you want to know if this does make sense for you and for your area, remember, I might be sitting my butt in California, but we're doing loans all over the country. So, give us a call and let's talk about your neighborhood, where you live, prices, rents, and determine how that buy versus own looks, or that rent versus own. How does that look for you? Also rents and investments. How does that look for you as if you're trying to pick up your first investment property and get that rented out and collect rents in your neighborhood? So we've got Cindy. She jumps on. She says, hope you're feeling better. You look beautiful, Debbie. Cindy, thank you so much. I'm trying to look beautiful today. And Heather jumped on and she says, hi, everybody. So thank you, ladies, for watching. Appreciate it. And again, it's an interactive show. All you out there that are watching right now and not saying anything, make sure you guys put your questions in the feed and let me know that you are there. Danielle Gray jumps on. She says, I'm having a hard time getting my brain around paying high rent without missing a payment for 7.5 years in LA, but paying less to own out of state, lenders think I don't qualify for. Can you explain? So I'm going to try, I might need her to actually put that a little bit different. I'm trying to kind of understand what she's saying. So she's been renting for 7.5 years. She's never missed a payment, but she is paying less. It would cost her less to own the house out of state, which is what I believe that she is saying, but that the lenders are telling her that she doesn't qualify. So Danielle, it's really hard for me to answer that question because there is so much that you have going on when you're talking about making a move out of state. When you live here and then you are trying to relocate, there's a lot of things that come into play. So for example, if you have a job here in California and you're trying to buy a home, let's say in Las Vegas, we need to see that you have a job in Las Vegas if you are trying to buy a primary residence. So again, you might be looking at buying a home in Las Vegas as an investment property. Then it doesn't matter where you live. You can live and work in California. You can buy a home in Las Vegas, and we are going to give you rental income to help you qualify for that purchase. But obviously, when you buy a property out of state and you're buying it as an investment, you do have to have a much larger down payment. So maybe you can throw into the feed for me so I can continue to kind of elaborate. Are you looking for, number one, an owner-occupied property? And number two, do you have a job in the state where you're trying to go, or that's what you're trying to figure out how to make those moves? So that might be able to help me a little bit to elaborate for you a little further here during the show. But worst case scenario, what I would tell you is to definitely call the office. I feel like I've seen your name come across before. You have probably talked with one of the girls, Heather, Heidi, Cindy, Carrie, one of the girls you've probably talked to. And if you have not ever talked with any of us, then make sure that you do get a calendared appointment to speak with one of us. I want everybody also out there to know that you guys are more than welcome to wait for me. My calendar is pretty booked every day, so you're going to wait a little bit longer than an immediate transfer to somebody or an immediate appointment on a Saturday or Sunday. But if you are willing to wait a couple of days to get on my calendar, I would be more than happy to be the person that speaks with you. So all you need to do when you call the office, number one, if you want Debbie, make sure you call Monday through Friday, and then that way my assistant Jennifer is answering our phones. You can let her know you'd really like to make it onto my calendar, and she will get you booked for the appointment on my calendar versus our entire company calendar to get you the fastest callback possible. If you don't care that it's me that you speak with, guys, you can get a call back today. You can get a possible transfer today. And if it's Saturday or Sunday and you guys are listening by radio, you can get a call back today. You just need to make sure that you book that appointment. So call the office. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. That's WELEND and the number 4. Give us a call at that number. They'll get you booked, or we can get you transferred over to somebody today. She says it would be a primary residence. So this is back to Danielle's question. So thank you, Danielle, for chiming in and giving me a little bit more. It would be a primary residence, but maybe an investment property makes more sense instead. And I can work from anywhere. Yes, I talk with Carrie. So what I love is that you're speaking with Carrie already. You've done the job. You've called in. You've gotten your appointment. I will make sure that Carrie knows to call you back again today to make sure you guys are on the same page. I'm not exactly sure where the issue is, so I can definitely dig in a little bit for you as well and make sure that I follow up on your personal case. I'm happy to do that. And again, anybody listening, if you guys have talked to the team and you feel like you want it to be explored a little bit deeper, please make sure you reach out to me directly. I'm always happy to help and to dig in. But depending on what your situation is, Danielle, with your current job, are you here in California? Are you working in California? So Carrie's having a hard time maybe trying to get you a primary residence loan, in another state. If you don't have a job there, that could be one issue that you have going on. Maybe trying to qualify you for the rent that you pay here in Los Angeles, and then also for a mortgage payment in wherever it is that you're thinking to move out of state, whichever state that is. And I'm just keep saying Las Vegas. It's one of the places that we do that we do lend, but wherever it is that you are trying to go, maybe she's trying to qualify you for a payment there and here. So you were doing it possibly like a second home. If you have the 20% down payment that would be necessary for an investment property, that might be a really good direction to go, to take a look at, to see if maybe giving you some rental income to offset the debt for a property that you would buy in another state as a rental, if that might work. So we can definitely try to get creative. And I can see that Carrie jumped on and she says, "Hi, everyone. Danielle, I'll call you." So Carrie, thank you for being Johnny on the spot as usual. I love my team for that. But Danielle, you'll get a call from Carrie and we will figure out how to make your situation work. That is what we do here. We want to make sure we get you moving forward and, rolling into what your goals are. So again, anybody has a question, you guys want to talk, you want to get an appointment on the books, give us a call. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. That's WELEND and the number 4. Give us a call at that number. You can get yourself scheduled for an appointment. And if it's Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you could possibly just get transferred immediately over to somebody for my team. Remember, if you want to talk to me, you are more than welcome to ask for Debbie and to get on my calendar. Just be patient. It might take you a couple of days before you get a call back. So please keep that in mind. If you call on Saturday or Sunday, it is a call service that is answering and booking the appointment for you. You can get a call back the exact same day, but I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I don't work Saturday or Sunday. Been doing this for over 25 years, and I've gotten to a point in my career where I'm taking the weekends off. So if you want to call immediately, one of the girls, Heather, Carrie, Heidi, Cindy will give you a call back immediately. They are on call and they are waiting for you guys to book those appointments. But if you need an appointment at another time, Saturday or, morning, evening, or you just have to have me, you can also send an email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com, and I will make sure that we get you booked at a time that works for you. So back to our show today, rent versus own, and whether, you guys should be paying those high rents. Should you be buying? Do you feel like you're priced out of the market? These are all things that are very important and questions that I get on a daily basis. So I want to make sure that I do talk about some of these things today. So number one, the very first thing that I get all of the time, first question is, do you even think I should buy right now? And I get these calls even from friends, right? Friends call me and say, Deb, you're in this, you do it all of the time. Do you think that I should even be trying to buy right now? I mean, prices are just so darn high. I mean, I thought about buying, 2-3 years ago, and I felt like prices were high then, and I thought that they were going to come down. And so I waited and I waited and I waited, and now prices are even higher. And now they're talking about interest rates are going to go up, and they're talking about the property values dropping. Okay, so couple of things to keep in mind. And I was having this conversation with a friend just yesterday, and he was talking about being an investor and wanting to buy a property for an investment and put money down, and, should he do it or shouldn't he do it? And it just seems like prices are so darn high. And, and so this is going to kind of go for all of you, whether you're looking to buy a property as an investment or whether you're looking to buy your first primary residence. It's going to work out the same. Okay. So in my opinion, and again, I have to say that this is my opinion because I am not a financial expert. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm giving you my opinion, being in this, area of mortgage and real estate for over 25 years at this point. And I'm giving you my opinion of what I see coming down the pipe and what I can see from my previous experiences over the years. So my understanding is that we are going to see interest rate hikes. We've got inflation coming. We talk about that almost on a weekly basis. What are different kinds of things that you can do to hedge against inflation? Where can you put your money? We've talked about Bitcoin on some of our shows. You can talk about doing a refinance while property values are very high. Interest rates are still very low. Pulling some cash out, maybe letting the money work for you in a different place to hedge against the inflation. But some of the things that inflation are going to hit are going to be properties, the cost to build properties, the cost of properties. So the number one thing to start with is, if the cost of goods goes up, and that is goods everywhere, and we can all feel it. We're all seeing it. Milk is more expensive. Eggs are more expensive. Food is more expensive. Gas is more expensive. Wood is more expensive. Materials are more expensive. Everything is becoming more expensive right now because of the inflation. When the cost is higher, the cost to build a home is higher, which means that the builders are going to be selling properties at a higher price than what they were before. That is regardless of whether or not we have a real estate crash, property values drop. They cannot get around what is it going to cost them to build that house. So keep in mind that if property values cost more to build new, then those resale homes are going to also be more expensive to sell used. So the property values, in my opinion, are going to stay high. Are we going to see the same amount of appreciation that we did over the last couple of years? That I can't answer. Do I think that we're going to still see property values go up? Yes. Do I think we're going to see property values go up at a more realistic percentage per year? Yes. I think we're going to see things maybe slow down a little bit. Possibly. We may still see them go crazy. I don't personally think that we're going to see a massive drop in the real estate market. Number one, our inventory is short, which is driving prices up. Number two, we have inflation, which is driving prices up. And number three, they're talking about increasing interest rates on mortgages and mortgage loans, credit cards. The Federal Reserve prime rate is going to go up, and we are already seeing the effects of higher interest rates in the mortgage world. So as mortgage rates go up, the properties become more expensive at the same price, but the properties are more expensive to sell. There is less inventory. Why is there less inventory? There's less inventory because if you refinanced your house over the last couple of years, sometime between 2020 and 2021, you could have possibly secured an interest rate as low as 1.99, 2.5%, even 3%. If you secured money at those kinds of interest rates to sell the home, pay off the loan, and go get a new loan at 5%, does not make sense. So you're going to see more people hold on to their homes, which means less sellers than what we've even had the last 2 years. The last 2 years, even with low inventory, we still had people that were willing to sell and go buy new because interest rates were so low that the interest rate they had on their current home at 4% or at 3 3/4 or at 5%, they could not only sell their home, take their equity that they had now received all of this, good appreciation in their home, flip it over to a new home, get a rate at 2.5 or 3%, and get into that new property. So even with inventory as low as it's been the last couple of years, we are now going to see inventory get even shorter. Why would somebody sell a home that they have secured a 2.5% interest rate on? They just won't. Now, will they maybe still go buy another home? Yes. So we're going to have less inventory that we had, in my opinion. Over the last couple of years, we're going to see less inventory. We're going to see interest rates higher, which means that the price of the home is going to be more expensive for you to purchase. So it brings me back to, is now a good time to buy? Well, it is, because as people do buy homes, and they will, because there are always people in the market that need to buy. People that are getting relocated from one state to the next, people that are just getting married, starting off a new family, somebody that is ready to buy their first home. You have a bunch of people right now that are filing taxes and their CPAs are telling them, it is time to go get yourself a write-off, sweetheart. You make too much money. So no matter what, we are going to see there are always going to be people that are buying homes. As people buy homes and investors continue to invest, as they are buying homes and they are taking higher interest rates than what we have seen over the last couple of years. So we are now looking at rates that are, in the 4% range. As we see those rates start to increase, the people are buying homes at higher monthly payments. If they want to turn around and they want to sell that, they want to turn around and rent that home, then they are going to have to rent that house at a higher price monthly than what they would have had to have rented it for before to cover the nut on the house, the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. They have to cover that amount. So if their payment is higher, as a renter, your payment is higher. So the one thing I want you to keep in mind out there, renters, is if you think rents are high today, rents over the next couple of years are going to go up, and they're going to go up quite a bit. So if you have been thinking, oh my goodness, I'm priced out, oh my goodness, we're at the top of the market, I should wait, where you're going to see yourself and what you're going to be paying in rents in a couple of years from now is going to be more. So what I would highly suggest, while interest rates are still low, we are still in 3s and 4s, depending on what your position is, your credit score, your down payment, property type. But depending on what your situation is, you are still in a very good place, still very low interest rates. Historical interest rates on average are in the 7% range. Most people don't know that. About 6.75% to 7.5% is an average interest rate. With inflation, we are going to see those interest rates continue to climb, get back to where normal interest rates are, and the monthly payments for purchasing a home will be more, but the rents will be even higher. So please keep that in mind. Do I think rent versus own right now is going to outweigh? I do. Every single area, every single pocket is a little bit different. So like I mentioned, depending on where you are listening to us at, what part of the country that you're in, what pocket that you're in, give us a call and talk to us. Get on the books. Let us talk about rents in your neighborhood. Let us talk about prices of homes. Let us talk about what your monthly mortgage payment would be on a home if you were to purchase it. And then you can determine if you feel that buying a home today is worth it. Are you priced out? Are you not? So please get on the books. Give us a call. Get that consultation. Talk to somebody here at my office. It is very important. We don't want you sitting on the fence. We don't want you wondering, is it, should I have, could I now? Just find out, make the decision, and that way you can move forward and get yourself working towards another property. And do it right now today before interest rates do get higher. Number one, you lose out at the opportunity of the low rate. Number two, you're also going to see that inventory is going to start to get even tighter. So I would highly suggest that you jump on it if you've been thinking about doing that, if that is one of your New Year's resolutions for 2022. So again, this is an interactive show. I want you guys watching. I want you guys to be joining me on Mondays and Wednesdays on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you know when I go live. If you guys want me to, I send out one text message a week. I promise I won't spam you, but you can opt yourself in. You're going to text the word MOM, M-O-M, to 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. Same exact phone number you'll call to actually book yourself an appointment or talk to the office. You will text the word MOM. That is going to opt you in, and it's going to get you one text message a week so that you do not miss our show every week. You can at least tune in to one show that we do each and every week. So we'd love to have you there. If you guys are watching the show right now and you appreciate the information that I'm giving you, please give me a thumbs up on the show. It really does help our algorithm, and we are trying our darndest to get ourselves out there into the YouTube universe and get our channel known so that we can bring all of this education and information to all of our listeners all of the time. So I do have a question. Again, it's interactive, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in right now. I've got, it looks like Mally or Maylee, I'm not exactly sure how she says it, but she says, how long does an interest rate spike usually last? guessing, of course. So thank you so much for throwing the guessing, of course. Again, I want to remind everybody that this is just my opinion. As the mortgage mom, I am by no means a financial expert, and I am not giving you financial advice. I am giving you my opinion. So in my opinion, it's really hard to say, right? I've been in this business for a really long time, and it really just depends on what is happening with the economy. So, in 2000 and to go back, let's say, and boy, am I going to date myself right now. So in 95, when I bought my very first place, the interest rate was about 8.5%. That was actually a really great rate. My parents thought that I did killer when I got that interest rate, FHA on my first little condo I ever bought. In 96, I was able to get an interest rate of 7.75%. So I thought I did amazing. I thought I did so great. In 99, I bought my third property, and the interest rate at that point was 8.75%. So, you can see that it was kind of bobbling, right? Between 95 and 99, to give you an idea. It's about 4 or 5 years in that mix that those interest rates were kind of bobbling. In 2001, interest rates started to drop, and they started to come down pretty quickly. And it started a big change in the mortgage world. We started seeing a lot of refinances. We got very, very busy. 2002, same thing. They started coming out with all the stated income loans. We had the zero down stated income, 80/20s, combination loans, right? And so the mortgage industry was very, very, very crazy, very busy. Rates kept, continuing to drop. We saw interest rates hit, 6%, thought we were doing great. Saw rates hit 5%, thought we were even better. Saw them hit 4.5%, and we thought we were rock stars. And then it kind of held out there, and we stayed somewhere between 4.5% and 5.5%, I would say, solidly through 2000 and probably about 7, 8. Everything busted, real estate market busted, economy turned, right? But we stayed, and we stayed pretty 4.5%, 4.75%, 5%, 5.5%, whether you were an owner occupied or an investor. And things really kind of held out there until all of a sudden there was a worldwide pandemic. And that is when things dropped and got to where they are today. So that kind of brings you back. I mean, I just brought you guys from 95 all the way through to today, where we saw in 2020 and 2021 2.5%, 3%, and now we're in 2022, and within the first 2 months, January and February of 2022, we've probably seen about a 1.5% increase, if not 2% increase, going from 3% to probably about 4.5%, 4.75%. Overnight almost, right? That's 2 months. We saw a point to almost 2 points change. And again, I say that I'm not giving you guys exact numbers because it's hard. Everybody has a different credit score, whether you're buying as an owner occupied, a second home, an investment property, the kind of loan that you're doing. I can't really get real specific, but I can give you guys some ideas and some averages, right? So we've seen a giant change, or we're still way under 5%. We're still in the mid to low 4s. If you're owner occupied, we still may even be able to squeeze you into the high 3s. But the rates are changing, and they're changing fast. And we haven't even gotten our first prime rate increase. That's coming. It's around the corner. It's happening. They've talked about it over and over again. It's for sure coming. So do I see us getting back to 7 and 8 and 9%? I don't, not this year in 2022, but I do definitely see us probably ending the year in the high 5s. That would be my guess. Mid 5s, high 5s. It's probably where we'll end 2022. And please, guys, keep in mind an average interest rate over the last 30 years has been around 7%. So as long as we're under that number, we're still historically low, and we're still in a great place. And you should absolutely, if you're renting, you should be considering whether or not you could or you couldn't buy, and does it make sense to buy. And do expect, with interest rates up, property values up, homes more expensive to buy and build, and more expensive to pay monthly because of higher rates. If you're renting, expect for those rental income or rental monthlies to go up. You're going to pay more money in rent. It's coming. It's going to happen. And even if the market was to bust, the rents will stay high, and if not, go even higher. So should you do rent versus own, we should definitely do those calculations if you've never bought before. If you've been thinking about being an investor, jumping into the market, buying some rental properties, now is as good of a time as ever, and it's definitely something to explore. And while we're at the beginning of 2022 and we've seen minimal rate increases already in the loans, now would be a fantastic time for you to get yourself started, either for that first application or to buy that next investment property. property. If you haven't pulled cash out of your home yet, to get yourself some cash to maybe go buy some rentals, go buy some more property, put it into some other kinds of real estate investments, inflation hedges. That would be a really good thing for you to be exploring right now as well, while we're still in an area where interest rates are very low. So again, give us a call the office. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. That's WELEND and the number 4. Give us a call the office. Again, on Saturday and Sunday, guys, I want to remind you that the call service will be booking you an appointment. If you don't book an appointment, you are not going to get a call back. I do not have the girls coming into the office and working 7 days a week. However, they are on call and they are ready to return your call at your appointment time. So please schedule your appointment if you are listening by radio on Saturday or Sunday. If you're calling during the week, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 Pacific Standard Time, then you guys can get transferred immediately, unless you're asking for me and you're willing to wait a couple of days to get on my calendar. But please call the office, same exact phone number. You guys can get an appointment no matter what. Go to the website, go to mortgagemomradio.com, click on that book appointment button and schedule yourself a call for a day and time that works for you. If you cannot find something that works, please send me an email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. I would be more than happy to get you booked for a time that works for you, whether that's an earlier morning or a later evening call. We are here to help and to support all of you, no matter what your schedules are. So please just reach out. Again, it's interactive. I want you guys asking questions. They're coming through, so I'm going to keep reading them and I'm going to keep going. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I hope I'm giving you guys great information. Please give me a thumbs up if you're watching on Facebook right now, or if you're watching on YouTube, please give me a face or a thumbs up. That really does help the algorithm. Again, I apologize that I kind of sound snotty, but I am, and I'm doing my best to put on the game face and bring you guys this information today. So bear with me. All right. So Mally was the one that actually asked the question about the interest rates. I hope I helped with that answer. She says, or maybe I should say, how long do you think it will be before interest rates come back to the rate that has been the last few years? Mally, I hate to say this, but I don't think we're going to see those interest rates, not anytime soon. Now, obviously, it took a worldwide pandemic for us to see those interest rates. First time ever that I have seen the interest rates that low in all of the years that I have been doing this. I don't expect that to happen again. However, you never know. I mean, there could be something major or drastic that does happen or does take place that we see those interest rates drop to those levels. But I truly, in my heart, in my belief, and my opinion as the mortgage mom, I just don't see us getting back to those levels again. So like I said, what I believe is you guys need to stop the bleeding. Rates are already on their way up. We're on the escalator. I do think that we're going to continue to see hikes. I do think that we're going to continue to see those rates go up. And I do think that now is the best time, now or never. Like, get into the property right now and lock in the rate that you can right now. The rates are still fantastic. They're still great. And I do think that if we run some rent versus own calculators, or investors, guys, if we run some what's your payment versus what could you rent it out for, and where are the rents going to be that you can collect in 2 or 3 years from now, I think that you guys are going to find that purchasing right now is still a big benefit for you. So let me jump in. I've also got Danielle says, that's what reminded me, you where live. That's what reminded me you where you live. I'm sorry, Danielle, I just couldn't quite get that one. So you can elaborate more if you want. I'm so sorry. I do want to read all of these and I want to be able to comment. So please throw it in there again. I'm not quite getting what the question is. Heather jumps in. She says, that is a great comment about rents going up. A lot of people are already starting to see their rents going up. Heather, you are absolutely right. Rents are as high as they have ever been right now. I got to tell you, I am signed up. Obviously, this is what I do for a living. I am constantly in every single purchase group. I'm in rental groups. I'm in everything from Facebook, in all of the groups on Facebook. I'm constantly watching anywhere I can watch for things that are being listed, things that are for rent. I'm watching Realtor.com and Redfin, and I'm looking at them all on a daily basis. People think that I'm crazy. I'm not looking to buy a home right now. now, and I get notifications from like 4 different websites and Facebook with all of these different groups that I'm in, because it's what makes me understand where things are at with the market. And the biggest comment that I see every single time that there is a new property listed for rent is, well, what are you trying to do? Gouge us? Well, what do you think that should be oh my goodness, people are just taking advantage of us. What they don't realize, guys, and stop and think about this for a second, that 2-bedroom condo that you live in, that you are renting right now today, that person was able to buy that property at a certain price, at a certain interest rate, for a certain payment. A new person comes in to buy that property, that same 2-bedroom, they're going to pay double, if not triple, what it was worth, 5 years ago. The interest rate is going to be higher today than it was 2 years ago. And their total monthly payment on that 2-bedroom condo is going to be probably, 40% to 50% higher than where it would have been 2 years ago. So, or even more than 50% higher than where it would have been 5 years ago, because of how property values have gone up. So if you don't like paying somebody else's rent prices to cover their principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and HOA, then go buy your own, right? You should see the comments that are made, and people just aren't understanding that there is a housing shortage. There aren't enough properties. There's limited inventory. Interest rates are going up. And what it costs to buy those properties, to hold those properties, and to pay for those properties is more than it used to be. So you as a renter are in turn going to get passed along that cost. Now, I'm a smart guy, right? If I'm the investor and I bought the property, even if I buy it today and it's double the price every month than it would have been if I bought it 5 years ago, there will be a renter that will still pay me the rent that I need to cover my cost. So at the end of the day, I'm still in the exact same situation. I own property. I own something that is appreciating in value, and I have somebody else making the payments on it for me and securing my financial future and my retirement. So, you guys can get irritated. You can see it. You can make comments. It's truly the people that just don't understand what is happening in the market, what is happening in finance, what is happening in the United States right now at this point in time. But if you're one of those renters and you're irritated, then the best thing to do is to stop the bleeding, get yourself pre-approved, go buy yourself a property. We can get you in with very little down. We can get you in with 3% down, 3.5% down, 5% down. Depends on what you're looking at. If you're a veteran, guys, I haven't talked about you in a long time. You guys have 0 down available. If you don't own a house, I don't know why when you've got that kind of a program available. So you definitely need to be looking into this, and you need to be getting yourself in a home if you're not in one yet. And if you've been trying to figure out where to put your money, what should you invest in, you should maybe start looking into investment properties, into real estate, if that's not something that you've thought about before. So even if you own a home and you've been trying to decide, what do I want to do with this money? Where do I want to invest next? What should I be, looking at? What should I be trying to get into? Investment properties and where rents are going to be in the projected future would be a fantastic place for you to go. So Mally jumps in and she says, thank you. You have answered my questions very well. You are very welcome, Mally. Thank you so much for the questions. It helps me to give you guys a really great show and to answer those for you. So thank you. Danielle jumped on. She said, haha, your text reminder, what reminded me you were live on YouTube. Danielle, thank you so much for putting that back in there. Yes, I do want to remind you guys, I promise I don't spam. Danielle can attest to that. Didn't even send you guys out a note last week at all to even jump on. I do it once a week. Sometimes I do it less than once a week, but if you don't want to miss a show, you want to know that you can at least jump on once or, here and there and be part of it, do it live with me. You guys got to text the word mom to 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. So 844 We Lend for You. Text the word mom. Not opt in, not okay, not with your questions. It's an unmonitored box. It's just literally opting you in to get one text message a week letting you know that we are live, and a link for you to go ahead and jump on the YouTube and watch the show, be able to interact like Mally and Danielle have today. I love you guys that you've been asking all the questions. Heather's jumped in. That was fantastic. Cindy jumped in. Carrie jumped in. You guys are going to get what you need when you're watching us do it live. So again, it's Mondays and Wednesdays right here on YouTube, 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm bringing you guys the information. I didn't bring you a show last week on Monday. Didn't bring you a show this week on Monday. We have been fighting the cough, the pandemic through my house, and I'm doing everything I can do to bring you guys what I need. I did have my girl Heather jump in for me last Wednesday, and she did a fantastic job all about buy now, pay later stuff. So if you missed that, you want to know more, go back. You can watch it. Every show we do for the last 2 years now has been on YouTube. You guys can go back and watch Heather from last week. It was a really great show, lots of great information. But we would love for you guys to do this with me live. And again, if you're watching on Saturday and Sunday, or you're listening by radio on Saturday and Sunday, you guys just need to go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell so you know when I go live, or opt yourself in by texting the word mom to our phone number. Same phone number if you guys want to get an appointment. You want somebody to call you back right now. If you call Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, one of the girls will take your call. You'll get transferred immediately unless you are specific that you want me. And then unfortunately, my calendar is pretty booked, so it's going to be just a couple of days. But you can get an immediate transfer. Heather, Heidi, Carrie, Cindy, they are all fantastic and waiting. They will help you guys immediately. Saturday and Sunday, please, you're talking to a call service. They're not in. Please just schedule an appointment, even if it's just a quick question. Schedule the appointment. The girls will call you back at that time, and you will get your answers, and you'll get them that day. We're booking appointments from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day, Saturday through Sunday. So Danielle did jump on. She says, if I buy an investment property instead of a primary residence, can you elaborate on what the main differences are, and in state versus out of state, if there is a difference too? So investment property, there really isn't a difference whether you're buying in another state or whether you're buying in your home state. It doesn't really matter. When you buy an investment property, you are going to have a minimum, I say, because it depends on the property type, but you will have a minimum of 20% down payment required. So if you are going to put down 20% on a single family home or a condominium, then you can do it as an investment property. And what we do is based on the rents that the property could secure on a monthly basis, and that will be determined by the appraiser in the appraisal at the time of purchase. We will give you that rental income minus 25% in helping to go towards the qualifying. So basically to try to offset the debt of the property. We are going to take away 25% because we know that there are going to be times of vacancy. There's going to be repairs that will come up over time. And we need to make sure that we are leaving a reserve and that we are qualifying you for a property that you can afford to maintain and to take care of. So just keep that in mind, but that is going to be out of state, in state, if you're buying an investment property. So you do have to be able, in order to use rental incomes to qualify, we do have to make sure that you have primary occupancy expense. So this is something where you either live, now you're renting. I have to hit you with your rental that you pay monthly, plus you would have to qualify for the investment. Or you own a house today, you have to have primary occupancy expense. If you live somewhere for free, living with a friend, living with mom, living with boyfriend, living with fiance of 30 years, but you don't personally have an occupancy expense, then I cannot give you rental income to help you offset the debt in qualifying. So I hope that that makes sense. And again, we can go into it more in detail. For you, Danielle, you've already started with Carrie, so Carrie can give you all of the details. She can show it to you on paper. She can go through the numbers with you so that you do understand that. Anybody else that is listening to the show or has questions, and if that didn't make sense, please feel free to call in again, get yourself the appointment, get on the calendar, talk to one of the girls. It's a free consultation. We don't bite. We're not going to hound you. We're not going to call you 150 times. We're going to call you at your consultation time. We're going to work through it with you. We're going to get you a game plan. And we hope that we create the relationship with you, that you feel that we are your trusted partner and that you are going to work with us for your transaction once you're ready to do that loan. So, please, Trust us. We're not going to bite you. We're not going to hound you. Just call, get the information that you need, and let us help be beneficial to you and to your family. So Karen jumps in. She says, hi, Debbie. I know my question is off topic about refinancing. Karen, you are more than welcome to ask any questions that you would like at any given point in time. There is never an off subject time. I know we're talking today, rent versus own. I think I've actually hit a lot of the information already, and I'm getting close to shutting down the show for the day. But Karen, if you've got a question, please feel free to go ahead and type that in right now. I'd be happy to answer it for you. And everybody that is out here listening to the show, if you've got a question, I guarantee that they probably have that question as well. There's at least 10 other people that are wondering the same thing. So please throw it out there for me. Danielle, thank you. She jumps in. She says, thank you, Debbie. Danielle, thank you. You are very welcome. Thank you for all the questions. It definitely helps me to give you guys information and on topics that I feel are pertinent to what people are thinking. And then Danielle says, oh, she asked it above, so maybe I missed the question. I can't see it, Mikey, so if you can scroll back up through the comments for me so that you can get to Karen's first question. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I totally missed it, Karen. I'm so sorry. She says, hi, Debbie, closed escrow in May 2021. Past the 6-month point, does it make sense to look into refinancing at this time, or is it too late for that window? Karen, nothing's ever too late for any window, and I'm so sorry that I missed the question. I'm trying to answer the questions, look at the camera, so I apologize. Please forgive me. But you're never past a window to do anything. So if you close the loan, you're at your 6-month period, your mortgage is showing up on the credit report, the monthly payments have been made on time. This is an absolutely perfect time for you to reach out to see if it's something that would benefit you. You know, whether you're thinking, hey, my property's gone up in value, maybe now I can go ahead and remove mortgage insurance that maybe you have on the loan, or, you know, if there's any other particular reason why you would want to be looking into it right now, look into it. There is absolutely no reason not to. If you closed on your loan 6 months ago, your interest rate is probably better than where things would be for you today. But if maybe your credit score was lower and today credit scores have improved, maybe interest rates are similar. If you're looking to get some cash out and interest rates are similar, it might be worth it for you to take a look at what the options are. So again, everybody out there listening, and Karen, thank you for the question because I think it helps many. If you're wondering if there's something that you should do, could do, can do, want to do, and why wait? Just give us a call. Get on the books, get on the calendar, talk to one of the girls, call the office today, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You can talk to anybody that's available. Ask for me, get on my calendar for a couple of days out. Schedule an appointment if it's Saturday or Sunday and you're listening by radio. Book the appointment with the call service. Nobody's in the actual office to take the call, but they will call you back, and we book the calls, you know, every single hour. So you've got Saturday and Sunday, 9 through 5, that you can make an appointment to get a call back same day. So one more time, I'm going to give you guys the information, and then I'm going to pretty much call it for the day. Mikey, it looks like we might have some new messages, so I just don't want to miss those. But while he's getting to it, my telephone number is 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. That's WELEND and the number 4. So you're going to call the office, get yourself an appointment booked, go to the website, go to mortgagemomradio.com, click on that book appointment button, and that way you can schedule a time that works for you. If you don't see one that works for you, click that contact us button and send me a message. Send me an email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. Either way, I will talk with you through email and get you booked for a time that works for you if you don't see a day and time that is on the calendar available. So it looks like Karen jumps in. She says, just wondering if it's too late to refinance now for a loan closed in May 2022. It is not too, and I think she meant 2021, but Karen, it's not too late. Like I said, I did answer the question, but just give us a call. We'll look at what you've got going on and we'll let you know whether it makes sense or it doesn't. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show today, and we are going to be back again. Don't forget, we're live Monday and Wednesday on YouTube. That is 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. If you want the link so you can at least watch one show every week or two, text the word MOM to 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. That's WELEND LEND, and the number 4. I don't answer text messages there. It's an unsupervised box. It is just to get you opted in so that you do get at least one text message every week or two. And so that way you can actually watch me do this, do one of them live and ask your questions into the feed. Or you guys can just subscribe to the YouTube channel at Mortgage Mom Radio. So look up Mortgage Mom Radio. Don't forget the radio, and you will find the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe and click on that notification bell so you do know when we go live. If I haven't sent out a text message, get yourselves on the calendar. I hope that I drove home some urgency with you today to find out what can you buy. Get yourself, stop renting. If you own a home already, you've been thinking about getting yourself an investment property, do it. Now's the time. And again, if you guys have been thinking about refinancing, pulling cash out to do something like that, while interest rates are still in the lower half of where they have been historically an average, so while you are still way under 5%, this would be a great time to explore that. So call the office. So one last time, 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You, WELEND, and the number 4. And I will be back next week, Monday, 1 p.m. right here on YouTube, Pacific Standard Time. We hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your week and weekend. I'm out. I'm going back to bed. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
Debbie Marcuse, licensed by the Department of Financial Institutions and MLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida LO 76508, Georgia 69178, Idaho, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.